Welcome. My name is Cheyenne and I garden in Phoenix, Arizona, zone 9B in my backyard. And today I was out preparing some of my garden beds for monsoon planting. And I thought I might as well go ahead and just film that. So I have already started quite a bit of transplants from seed that are ready to go out in the garden. But before I can do that, I need to go ahead and remove anything that just doesn't look too good anymore so I can replace it. So I have already pulled out my marigold flowers that had thripe damage and just didn't look that well, and I also pulled out a gray zucchini that didn't look that well. I still have 3 more zucchini plants that I'm going to go ahead and remove. Unfortunately, I did not start any zucchini seeds, so I'm gonna go ahead and start those seeds today. Zucchini grows fast, squash zucchini, they're fast growers, so those should be ready to be put in the beds pretty soon. I also got some flowers from Home Depot to replace the marigolds because I didn't start any flowers from seed either. I wish I would have started marigolds because that's what I wanted in the garden, but I didn't start them. And my Home Depot didn't have marigold flowers either. So I went ahead and picked up 2 of these vincas and this gumfrina plant. And these are supposed to do well in the heat, so I'm gonna put those in the spots that I took out my marigold flowers. That I have started, I just have them out here getting used to this temperature. That way when my beds are nice and prepped, these plants are ready to go in. I also have the cups right here so I can go ahead and start some more zucchini plants. I'm going to go ahead and do these zucchinis. These zucchinis do really well in the heat and they're my favorite, so I'll plant those today and hopefully those are ready to go in the bed soon. Over here, this is the bed I was working on today. I pulled out some marigolds and also I pulled out that zucchini, and I'm probably gonna go ahead and pull this zucchini out also, and when the zucchini plant seeds sprout, I'll go ahead and put them in here. I can't directly sow in my garden beds because the birds like to pluck out the plants, so I'm just gonna start them in those cups. And over here in this bed, I also have 2 more zucchinis, and I'm just not really happy with how they're looking, so I'm gonna go ahead and put new ones. They're also not producing that well anymore, so I'll go ahead and take those out and replace them once those seeds sprout, which shouldn't be too long. Zucchini seeds tend to grow real quickly. And then I also today went ahead and put another wire mesh trellis right here because the Armenian cucumber is already getting pretty big, and I want to make sure that I'm able to trellis it, so it's gonna go up and over this one, and then I will train it to go up and back over this way, and I hope that works, so we shall see. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and plant the flowers that I got from Home Depot right in the spots that I had pulled the marigold flowers out. And this marigold does have some thripe damage, but I think I'm going to go ahead and keep it, see if I can spray it and clean it up a bit, because I really did want to have marigolds right here. Marigolds really do help with bugs. So these have thripes, all of my marigolds did, but I haven't had thripes anywhere else in my garden, and thripes is something that does come to my garden every year. But I did not start seeds, unfortunately, for my marigolds, and I don't want to wait that long, and my Home Depot did not have marigolds, unfortunately, so we'll go ahead and plant these. Like I said, it's gumfrina, which I think is also globe amaranth, and some vinca, and both of those are supposed to do really well here in the heat. I have never grew vincas before, and I have tried to grow the gumfrina from seed, and it wasn't that successful. So hopefully these do really well right here. So I might plant this one in a different location. Maybe. Yeah, I'll plant that one. Probably in a different garden bed. Because I wanted to have like a little bit of a border of flowers right here. So I got the fertilizer. This one says for vegetables and tomatoes, but I use this for everything. So always get a little handful and put it right in there, mix it up, and pop that in. Squeeze it a little bit and dump it over. And again, those roots were pretty big too, so you just want to go ahead and just sort of tease them out just a little bit. Don't break them. You just want to make sure that they're not going to grow around and that they'll grow out. Maybe I will leave this one actually, and I'll start the seeds, and once the seeds are ready to be put in the ground, I will decide if this is going to come out or not. Sometimes I feel like if things aren't looking perfect, I just want to pull it, and I'm trying to stop that habit I have and give plants more of a chance before I decide to go ahead and pull it out. But I'll go ahead and water these flowers, and then these ones I would have put right here. But I think I'm going to also try and save that plant and spray it and see what happens. The other marigolds I planted also that were right here were, this is a dwarf one. The other ones I planted were big and they were like falling over, so they weren't that pretty. I didn't really enjoy them. Well, now I'm going to go ahead and put the seeds in here. Probably just put 2 seeds each just to make sure that it germinates, and I already watered these cups. And I'll just put 2 down there. Actually, yeah, 2. And I'll just put 1 in these last 2 cups. gonna go ahead and let these germinate right over here on the bed. The only reason I'm not actually directly sowing in the ground or in the raised bed is because of the birds. But I think if they germinate in these cups, the birds should leave them alone. Now that I have finished planting out those flowers and starting the zucchini seeds, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the tomato plants. The plant that's going to be coming out, it's not doing good with this heat, so I'm gonna be going ahead and remove that. And also I had started some zinnias right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and remove all those because they did not grow well. They're super floppy, and I actually have zinnias that I started from seed that are in better shape. So these zinnias will be coming out also. So since this bed is already full with peppers that are gonna be staying in here and an eggplant, I'm not gonna go ahead and yank it out because I don't want to mess up any of the roots. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it right here at the base. Because I will go ahead and compost all of that. Whatever I pull out, I like to just go ahead and throw it in the compost. But I like it to get nice and crispy from the sun. That way it decomposes a little bit faster than if it was still green live plant material. A view of those tomato plants. They're getting a little bit crispy from the sun, and they're just not doing that well or producing a lot. I think that tomato right there, I will go ahead and just set that on the counter to ripen or finish ripening, and then I'll just go ahead and take these out. I'm gonna go ahead and remove these tomato plants in this bed. It's a little bit hard to see, but the tomatoes, there's 4 of them, and they're all in the middle of this raised bed. And then on the outside, inside these tomato cages, I actually have pepper plants. And because I have pepper plants in this bed, I don't want to mess up the roots of the pepper plant. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the tomatoes at their base to remove them. It's a little bit hard with scissors though. I think I need something a little bit bigger than scissors. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use these big old tree cutters to try and take it out. Much easier. Lightsaber, look right there behind you.
My lightsaber.
You got a lifesaver today.
A watermelon thing, okay?
Okay, use the watermelon
And look at this noise right here. That's noise, okay?
What are you doing right now?
Yeah, I'm doing those, okay?
Alright, love you.
Love you.
Can you bring Mama a water, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
It's hot outside here.
Yeah, it's so hot outside. All those tomatoes are out of here. You can see it. The peppers that I had in this raised bed never really took off. They're so small and spindly. So I'm hoping that maybe since the tomatoes are out, these peppers can get a little more sun and maybe start taking off or something. In these two corners, this is where I had my gomphrena that I started from seed. And like I said, I have sort of a hard time with flowers. So that just didn't turn out nice like I wanted it to. So these will be, I'll also just go ahead and pull those out right now too. Look at this. That is all from this raised bed. So all that's gonna have to be going into my compost. And then that is some of the stuff from some of the sunflowers from my sunflower bed that I cleaned out last time. So those will also have to go into the compost. I'll pull out this one too. Uh-oh. Just put it over here in my pile. Okay, so now this bed will be ready for some tomatoes. And this bed's cleaned up still. I haven't planted it out yet, but I wanted to clean up all the beds before I started planting stuff out. So it's pretty hot, so probably tomorrow I'll come out here and start planting things out. And then here's from that tomato from this bed, and now that I removed it, you can see way better. So I'll have to put all this stuff in the compost today, and then I'll probably come out tomorrow and figure out where everything's going. Well, it's super hot, so I think that I'm going to just get my plants and go inside and finish up tomorrow. I did remove most of the stuff that needs to be removed, so I'm happy about that. And tomorrow I'll be able to go ahead and get some of my transplants planted. And yeah, but I think that's it for today. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.